And you will laugh like you think ain't funny. Look how much you owe me. You better you love me, love me, love me, love me. Me I try and I try, but me can't understand. Every time you see me, you want to grant. And me know sure say nothing to do you. You just a walk round with your tool and hand. God help those who help themselves, but you just stand up like a buckle for shelf. You not make no progress, I just pure stress. Me not have no money. As you walk me, you think me be running. And you will laugh like you think say it funny. Me not even weak man, give me a break man. Me not have no money. As you walk me, you think
It's SVG.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, we good up this morning. We are back with you for another Activated Mornings program here on WEFM with Dianna and Roleza. And on the line, we have Peejohn. Peejohn, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Roleza. Good morning, Dianna. How do we keep our political debates clean and acceptable? As we get closer and closer to elections, the political debates intensify. The main arenas for talking politics appear to be talk radio and social media. Everyone has a view, and they are prepared to share it. However, as we engage in political discourse, some unacceptable practices are emerging, in my view. Some persons have dispensed with all decorum in furtherance of their respective positions. There are some questionable practices that I have observed when engaging in political discourse, when I listen and observe what is going on. High level of personal attacks. This includes targeting the individual instead of addressing their arguments or viewpoints. Some persons are prepared to get as nasty as possible. Secondly, spreading misinformation. People deliberately share false or misleading information in an effort to undermine who they perceive to be on the other side. Thirdly, intolerance of opposing views. People simply refuse to listen or engage respectfully with different opinions. They prefer to shut down meaningful discussion rather than engage in a lively, healthy discussion. And what seems to be emerging also, the final one is the use of hate speech or discriminatory language. Persons are attacked for who they are and even the occupation that they may pursue. So people, there's no holds barred when it comes to that. It must be understood, however, and accepted that we all have a right to our views. No one should be barred from expressing themselves. We live in a democracy and should live by the principle that all views are welcome. We must do whatever we can to eliminate these emerging unacceptable practices. And that is my rant for the day.
All right. Thank you very much, Peejohn.
All right.
All righty. So we are here with you for another Activating Mornings program on WEFM. All right. So yes, as I said, it's Dianna and Roleza in your company this morning, as per usual, and as for just a reminder that we hope that everybody, a reminder to the drivers. My head in two different spaces, so when that happens, more than one thought pop in my head at the same time, but my mouth doesn't actually connect quite as quickly. All right, so let me take that again. So just a reminder to the persons who are on the roads. whether you are driving or whether you are walking to be safe. Those of you on a country bus coming into town, nothing wrong with the country bus, right? Because everybody's out there. Right? We can't believe when, what? We can't remember when last we come to town.
Only 1 9 minutes.
It's only one? Yeah, they are not. Anyways, that's all right. So for those of you on the country bus coming into town, trust that you're going to get into town safely, all right? Now, interestingly, we say country, but we have to separate it and say leeward, right? So those of you on countryside and leeward side and inland, and those of you who might be on the waters, bigging up everybody this morning, all right? Whichever distance you are coming from or whichever destination you are heading to, all right? So, yeah. Good morning to you, Dianna.
Morning, Roleza. I hear saying, boy, you don't want me focused today. All I hear is the music and I just want to move.
Well, move. You can move and talk at the same time.
No, I go study to dance and then study anything else.
Because we good up?
Yeah.
From you know that you're like stress-free, girl. Why? All right. Today Friday. We want to know today.
Morning to everybody that is listening to us at this moment. A pleasure to be here as usual. It's a bit dark outside. I can't say it's a beautiful day because it's really overcast, but
it depends on if you like this type of weather. Yeah,
that's good weather for being at home in bed.
Or just listening to us. Yeah.
While you're at home
in bed. All right. So that's what people like Mr. Mason and Dave. All right. So let's head into this morning's topic as proposed by Peejohn. And he's saying, how do we keep our political debates clean and acceptable? All right, Dianna, over to you first before I say anything.
Okay, so Peejohn highlighted, well, I think that this is something that we've always been talking about. Persons being able to engage in debate without doing the 4 things that Peejohn named, which is personal attacks, misinformation, intolerance, and hate speech. And it seems as though when there is a lack of knowledge on how to properly debate a particular topic or how to, just bring out your points on a particular topic, people just tend to just go to the other things. It's easier to insult somebody. It's easier to say they're this and they're that rather than to intelligently argue your point. But I agree with him. We definitely, we've been saying this the whole time, we definitely need to move away from those things. If you're arguing your political point, you argue your political point. If you feel like you don't have enough information to argue about this point, then, it should be obvious that attacking somebody's character when you don't have anything proper to say about the actual issue is really irrelevant, but it's not that obvious. I thought it would be obviously irrelevant, but it isn't because people do it still. I used to say I hope and I hope and I hope. I don't really want to hope because mankind is mankind. But for this election season, please let us try to not do those things. Okay, if you and somebody are engaged in a political debate and you run out of points, it's best to say, okay, let me pack this up for today and come back tomorrow or something, rather than to go down the road and say, boy, you used to catch fish, or you big head boy, you ugly girl or something. The best I just say, you know what? Points done for today. Let's try again tomorrow. Or let's come back in an hour. Let's take a break and come back. Or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So my biggest issue, as always, is that Vincentians don't know how to have proper debates. All right? It always turns out into an arguing match, and it's not necessarily an argument or a discussion based on who has the most valid points. It's who raises their voice loudest. All right? And who raises their voice loudest is not necessarily the person who's winning an argument, but it always sounds like we are forever fighting. Right? We are forever verbally fighting, and that is what is my biggest problem. And one of the things that I think perpetuates this is that we are never out of political conversations. We're never out of political debates. We're never out of political arguments. Soon as one election done, in terms of the results are announced, that very same night or the next morning, we start up again. So we are never out of that election mode, which is what is the problem here in SVG. There is never a cooling down period. what we tend to find is, and yes, talk shows are a part of it. Personally, Dianna and myself have not been a part of it in that type of cycle because we've only been here, for under the years in terms of from the last election, right? But what we tend to find is that talk shows perpetuated. Decide who thought that they should have won. This said, all right, we have a caller. Hi, caller. Good morning.
They gone.
Decide who thought that they should have won. They're on the airwaves. Decide who has won. They are gloating, right? So we're never in a period, and it's never encouraged, as far as I'm concerned, by either the political leaders or the supporters, where you say, you know what? Let's just take the results as they are. Let's allow a cooling down period, and then we can take this back up at another time. All right, so we have a call. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yes, and well, Peejohn, your lecture was well taken, but as the lady say, is to implement them. To Vincent and to implement them, because you could like Vincent and have a kind of mind. Your Labour, your NDP, your NDP. Well, Labour say you believe too hard. Well, NDP say you believe too hard. Nothing like you can't change. They change you from either party. So we have a problem. We have a problem by trying to understand each other because of political affiliation. But why we really see that some of the arguments that I'm hearing that unemployment from the other side, from the opposition side, unemployment and like Camilo, and then for lose because unemployment and all kind of thing. Well, so stick is telling you, the NIS is telling you that you have more people employed now than in 2001. So that is why I say that Vincent, he will have the working, he said they living better, and I tell them that they ain't living better because of politics, are they ain't working like they seem to believe that. So it's a kind of miracle in we thinking, a kind of false miracle, and a man may say, oh, people can't get work, people can't get food to eat, people suffer. But I see in other countries that less than this kind of thing that people see in Sylvansu is happening, and people demonstrating the pulling down this, the pulling down that. But if this kind of thing that's going on in Sylvansu, people suffer, people can't get food to eat, one set of people eating, one percent, people think, I think Sylvansu is a Western place. Because as far as I go out, when I go out in Sylvansu, I long ago I used to see one or two women driving car, or a woman driving, more woman driver than man look like. And everybody dressing up decent and looking happy and smelling good, going about the business. So we live not deny the fact that God bless us tremendously, and we just take a blessing for granted. And if anybody hurt anywhere about anything about hard time and this and that, I sympathize with them. But once you have breath in you and your life inside you, I think things in Simmons way to do. And by seeing people, one or two people like me in black, sometimes I don't know. They might have some little business somewhere, somebody running something for them or something like that, and they getting some backup from overseas. So you can't judge children so by that. Okay. Because if you see people like me, they dressing good, they looking good, and some that 2-3 bills in the hand. So living a kill the blessing and the goodness that we live in, and just take grievance and we had. Oh, everything can be perfect and everything will not be perfect, and everybody can live. Like if they sometimes most happiest people are their parents, like if they ain't happy.
All right, okay.
So they will learn to enjoy yourself and listen until when the right complaint come across, not false complaint.
All right, caller.
Appreciate this thing.
All right, you too. Thank you. All right. So yes, I suppose the best advice that I could give to persons at this time, people had to know themselves too, but I know that some people live for the excitement of talking politics, and they live to be able to throw this or that against the opposing side, and persons living on social media just for the bacchanal, well, prefer use the word confusion, but just for the confusion, right? But what it is that I would tell a lot of persons is pick your battles, right? I have had to learn not to engage everybody in a political conversation. And please don't meet me after I've come off the airways to have this conversation.
Please and
right?
thank you.
Once I don't talk here, that is it for the morning, all right? But I have learned to pick my battles when it comes to these type of conversations, because not everybody is receptive, and especially for those who are strong supporters of whichever side they are supporters of, as the caller said, no matter what you say is going to sway them. Even if you're talking sense, it's not going to sway them. And for me, as I said yesterday, I ain't fighting up with anybody. All right, so that would just be my bit of advice to everybody. Learn to pick your battles.
My final thing, even though I notice with time, what I could say to those persons who really, really like their political conversations, make sure you keep abreast of everything that's happening. If you want to be able to have an intelligent debate, watch every live, even if you support ULP, watch everything NDP is doing. If you support NDP, watch everything ULP is doing. Whatever budget, whatever meeting they have, you watch them. And I would advise you, like the people who play lotto, have a book and write down your points. So when the time is right, you have actual points and you're not telling people who they sleep with and who they ain't sleep with, which has nothing to do with the politics. That's it for me.
All right. So we're going to quickly head on out as it is 7:35 here in SVG.